Chapter 1. Basic Needs of Soulmate Relationships. A synopsis. I will tell you all the essentials which can make your relationship grow and flourish with every passing day. Find your true match. Proper planning of your time. Proper planning of your time. Be possessive about your relationship. Never forget special occasions. Add an element of surprise to your relationship. Hang out with your friends. Read your partner. What you need. If you are looking for your should mate you must know that there are certain things which you need to know and certain strategies which you should execute in order to make your relationship stronger, and even if you are starting out your new relationship then, you can strengthen it. You must know that such relationships need commitment and responsibility to be kept alive and strong. You should never lose your interest in your partner, and that is the key. In other important things, following guidelines can help you. Find your true match. First of all, you should be sure that your soul mate is the only person in the world with whom you can live your life. If you are confused about your choice then, things will start to get troubled, even if you have some differences, but exaggerating them and making them an issue is not the right way. You should always pay attention to your partner and make them believe that he or she is special for you. Send an email, text message, or do a phone call when you are at work, and tell them that they are important enough that you can get time from your work to take care of them. Proper planning of your time. Planning of your time is important, and in fact, you can say that planning of time is most important thing in building good and long-term soul-mate relationships. There is an old saying that if you fail to plan then, you are planning to fail. This is very true in terms of soul-mate relationships. In today's busy world, this often happens that people with busy schedule and heavy-loaded jobs cannot get time for their soul-mate, and the more you ignore each other, more distance will occur, and no matter how much love and affection there was, but this less time spending will create misunderstandings, which can lead to total destruction. In order to keep your relationship healthy, you should find time for your partner. No matter how busy you are at your work, but try and keep your personal life and career life separate. Never allow your progress at work to disturb your progress in your relationship. Be possessive about your relationship. This is very important, and you can say that it is for the plant of your relationship that you need to have some positive jealousy and never ignore your relationship. Do not compromise the integrity of your soul-mate relationship. Make sure that you are fulfilling the emotional needs of your partner carefully. Soul-mate relationships are forever, and you can always make them flourish with very small but effective deeds. Never forget special occasions. This is another important aspect of any relationship, which makes the other person realize that you always care for them and you never forget them. Special occasions like birthday, marriage anniversary, kid's birthday, Valentine's Day, and other similar occasions should always be remembered and wished to each other. These are the occasions which make the other person realize that you always have their thoughts and you are never forgetting them. You can give them some kind of gift, or just a flower will also do the work. This is not necessary that you always have to give some expensive gift. Instead, if your love and affection is true then, simpler things will also do the same job which an expensive gift can. Add an element of surprise to your relationship. If your partner likes surprises and you have some spare time then, never waste such a moment and try to surprise your partner with his or her favorite thing. Send them a bunch of flowers in office, get an extended lunch break from their boss, and take them to a romantic lunch. The options are endless, and you just have to think about the favorite place or favorite thing of your partner. You just need to break that chain of routine which keeps on boring your relationship and add some colors in it through adding some kind of surprise. Hang out with your friends. If you both have a very tight work routine and you seldom find time for each other then, try to hang out with your friends. You can throw a small party at weekends and invite your friends. This will be great fun to have and will also make your life more colorful and cheerful. Through these small gatherings, you both will get to know each other's friends, and this will also tell you more about the other person's taste and habits. You will be able to know more about each other from friends because they will talk of old times which you may have missed. Read your partner. This is very crucial for any relationship's help, that you need to be very humble in your approach and try to learn each and everything about your partner. His likes, dislikes, strengths, weaknesses, and in short, each and everything which any human being can possess. You need to learn that about your partner. This learning will help you in making him or her happier than ever before because you will act as he or she pleases, and this will always keep them closer to you. These are all the important things which you need to take care for building a strong, reliable, and long-lasting soul-mate relationship. If you have missed any of the above then, make sure that you can compensate it properly and heal your relationship. Chapter 2, an overview of the dating rules. If you are looking for a date, but you are not succeeding, then you are definitely missing dating rules, which we'll describe in this chapter. Try to be punctual and at your best. Try to be calm and happy. Share compliments and try to be interested. Be truthful and go with your own heart. Be positive and put some thoughts in your dates. Meet with positive people. The rules. No one can say that dating is easy because it is actually a very difficult thing, and especially in this modern and high-tech world. Finding a reasonable date and then convincing him or her to date with you is really a tough task. In the past, it was relatively easy to find dates because there was a lot less competition, and once you ask someone to go out then, he or she will not consider going out with someone else. This was the quality of commitment, but these days, it is not the case, as anyone can leave you even after spending many good and happy dates with you. Most of these breakups occur due to violation of dating rules, and people are often unaware of those dating rules. There are so many crimes which you can do and murder you date with your own hands. Try to be punctual, and at your best, there are people who do not try to look smart on their dates and give an impression that they are what they are. But this is an old technique, and you need to change that. These days, everyone wants best for themselves. Even you can think about your own self, that will you date a person with weary hairstyle and casual dressing, sitting with you in candlelight dinner? Obviously not, so you should try and look your best. Give yourself some time for the preparation and make yourself totally presentable to your date. Showing up late on date and looking messy is not the right approach, and it will lead you towards losing that date in no time. Try to be calm and happy. You should try and get your dating experience as fun and a very entertaining experience. This will help you to maintain your posture as a fun-loving person. Sometimes, this thought of presenting yourself to some stranger for approval can be a dangerous thought, and it can make things go in wrong direction from within, but with very little extra attention. You can get rid of such dangerous thoughts and can keep up the momentum. Try to take dating as part of your fun and try to enjoy your date no matter what kind of date it is. Share compliments and try to be interested. This is a universal truth that every human being loves to hear his appreciation, and same goes right in dating, that you need to share compliments about dressing and other things of your partner. This gives a boost to the other person, and he or she feels satisfied that finally the efforts they have made for date have shown a good result. Similarly, never lose your interest in the conversation and ask questions. This will keep you both interested in the conversation. If one of the two starts to show tiredness and starts yawning then, it can send a really wrong impression, and that will be your first and last date. Be truthful and go with your own heart. Dating is a very personal thing, and you should choose your date with your heart and not with the consent and opinion of your friends. It can often lead you to a failed dating experience if you ignore your heart's choice and go with your friend's choice. Try and make sure that the person with who you are going on date suits your habits. Try to be very honest also and tell the person straight away if you are not interested in further dates. Hiding and not telling that person in initial time is not a very good idea. This can hurt the other person's thoughts if you gave an impression of acceptance, but then you reject. To avoid this kind of emotional stress, you should tell the person straight away about your interest. Be positive and put some thoughts in your dates. This is for sure that you will meet some unpleasant people along your way to a perfect date. But you need to be very positive in that time period and wait for the right moment to come. It will always take time for you to meet your right match, but along the way, you may find some nice people whom you can make your friends too. When you find your right one then, add some thought in your dating and make the other person believe that you have been thinking about meeting them. Make some arrangements for your date and try to show your attraction and level of interest to that person. Try to show your intent in dating. While finding a date, you should be proactive in searching. I have seen people who just sit back, relax, and search internet on very ordinary basis think that they can find their dream partner. This is not the way it works because you have to search extensively and look through hundreds of people. Your dream partner will not come to your door and knock instead. You have to look for him or her in every way you can. You should start your search from internet and then expand that search to your friends and family. Look for your match and attend as many parties and get-togethers as you can. Meet with positive people. You need to meet positive people who have understanding of dating and its related things. Friends who have gone through this process can be a great help, and they can provide you with very good and effective tips which can increase your chances of finding that right person for you. Chapter 3. An overview of the things to avoid in dating. A synopsis. There are so many things which you should never commit in dating, and in this chapter, I will tell you about all of those things. Do not be desperate. Never repeat a bad experience. Do not be late without informing the other person. Do not lie to your date. Do not be over-interested. Do not open up too early. Do not distract your attention. Do not get drunk and take care of your personal security. Do not get too personal on first date. Never date married or committed people. What to avoid? Most of the times, people complain that they have gone out with so many dates, but nothing works for them. But they do not realize that there are some things and gestures which can make your date a failure, no matter how compatible you are. Most of these things are mistakes which we commit without even realizing that this can lead to a failure of this whole date. In rest of this chapter, you will come to know all about such mistakes. Do not be desperate. It often happens that when you come back from your first date, then you start calling or texting or emailing that particular person. This gestures sends a very wrong impression, and most of the times, the other person gets the impression of desperation. You should never do that and be stable and more proper in your approach. When you have started seeing someone then, give that person some time to settle down. Do not email, text, or phone more than once a day unless he or she answers. This is the right approach, which will save you from many failures. Never repeat a bad experience. Some people have this habit of getting attached with certain people, and although those people hurt their feelings and emotions in many ways once, but they again want to repatch with them. This can never lead you to a healthy relationship, because you need to be away from such people who can make you feel bad about yourself. You should always find people who give respect to your thoughts and who accept your personality as it is. You will meet some people with too many demands, and they always want to change the other person. But such people are never trustworthy, and they can leave you in middle of the way at any time. Avoid meeting such people, and even if someone wants to change you then, seek if the change is positive or negative. But if he or she just wants to dictate their terms then, you should always avoid them. Do not be late without informing the other person. Being late is considered just a rude behavior which you should never commit. And if you are late due to some reason then, text the person or call the other person before time so that he or she can also adjust the schedule. If you are late without a reasonable excuse then, the other person will take it just as rudeness and nothing else. Do not lie to your date. Lie is the worst thing which you can do in your date, and it can destroy the whole purpose of dating. Lying in very start is just like not trusting the other person, and most of the times it happens that you hide some truth, and she comes to know that truth from some other source, and it can make her believe that you have been lying to her the whole time. Avoid lying, and always tell the truth no matter how bitter and how cold the truth is. If she is really interested in you then, she will definitely look into that truth and will believe you. Do not be over-interested. This is another type desperation that people can show because they become too available and they start giving first priority to their date. This is not the way to go because it can decrease your value. You should show some attitude and make her believe that you have your own life as well, which needs time, and you cannot be available 24/7 a day. Do not open up too early. Some people have this habit of trusting their date too easily, and they start revealing their secrets in the second date or even in first. This is not the right behavior because it can lead you to rejection. You need to be calm and humble in your approach and talk about more general things in first few dates, and then according to the interest of other person, you can open up as well. If she is sharing something then, you should share some more, but if she is just going with usual talks then, you do not need to get too involved. Do not distract your attention. When you are on date try and concentrate only on your own date and avoid looking around too much. This is very common mistake, which most of the men make. You can always think that your date is not watching you when you are staring at corner cutie, but this is not the case. In most of such cases, you will see your date walking out from the door after watching your attitude. You need to make her believe that your whole attention is around her, and you are talking, thinking, and listening to only her. This impression is very solid, and it works most of the times. Do not get drunk and take care of your personal security. This is another mistake which most of the men make, that they get drunk in their first date, but this is not the way. You should be in limits and show some manners towards your date. Another thing is to take care of your personal security. If you are on a date without any reference and just from phone or internet then, you must be very careful because these days this is a common way of doing robberies. You should always inform some of your friends that you are going on date and keep your phone charged and on all the time. You should try and make your first date in public places and well-lit places. Avoid going in the dark and lonely places for your first date. This is necessary to keep your security intact. Do not get too personal on first date. It is often seen that people give away their home phone number, address, and other similar things in first date. This is not a very good idea because you merely know the other person, and she can use your information in any way she wants. Another thing is having sex on your first date, and this is another very bad idea. If you are really interested in someone then, having sex on your first date will ruin everything and maybe that will be your first and last date. So keep your patience and wait a little for the right moment to come. Sex never sends a romantic impression. Instead, she will think that you are just interested in physical relation more than a serious relation. Never date married or committed people. If you are single then, you should avoid dating married or committed people. It is very unlikely that they will leave their ex for you. It can also involve a lot more complications, as if her husband came to know that you are dating with his wife then, he can create some deep problems for you. Secondly, if you are single then, you do not need to be a shoulder to cry on, and you always deserve better. Go out and explore your possibilities and find best for yourself. Chapter 4. An overview of the basic essentials for dating. In this chapter, I will tell you about all the basic gestures and things which you must do in your date in order to make it last to second date. Be clean and best in your looks. Be on time. Try to be a gentleman. Praise her, listen to her, and be attentive during the conversation. Prepare some discussion topics prior to your date. Essentials. If you are going on date for the first time then, you must know that there are lots of things which a woman wants, and you must give those things to a woman. If you failed to give and perform certain tasks then, she will probably say you goodbye forever, even on your first date. To extend your relationship and make it last forever, you must do following things. Be clean and best in your looks. This is first and most important thing, because the worst thing that you can do on your very first date is to show up unshaven and without taking a bath in jeans and t-shirt. This will not impress the girl at all, and she will take you as a very irresponsible and unauthentic kind of person. No matter what kind of date it is, but you should be very neat, clean, and in your best dress. Normally, formal dress is most suitable for your first date, but even if you have to wear jeans then, be little sober in its selection and complement it with a coat. This is the way to go for your first date, and in this way, you will leave a permanent and long-lasting impression on your date. Be on time. This is another very important thing, that you always need to be on time and make her believe that you remembered the date. And this also shows a sense of responsibility. Being late on your date is a very bad idea, and it can send a very wrong impression of unreliability. She will think too much negatives, and it can turn up as your last date. Try to be a gentleman. This is another tip which always works and sends a really cool and solid impression. You should be very polite in your approach. Hold the door for her and let her walk through, pull her out a chair for the dinner. These are very small and harmless gestures, but these can send a very good impression and make her believe that you have manners of treating a lady, and you have that respect which every woman wants. Praise her. This is one of the most used and most effective tip against women, because they always love to receive compliments, because they spend hours in preparation of that date, and when they receive compliment then, they finally think that their efforts are well paid. So always give compliments about her dressing, makeup, lips, and other similar sober things. Listen to her and be attentive during the conversation. It often happens that people lose interest in the discussion, and this can lead to a very dull and boring date. This can be avoided by taking interest in the discussion, and even if you do not know much about that topic, but you can ask questions and keep her interested in telling more. If you will listen to her interests carefully then, she will also provide respect and interest to your likes and dislikes. Prepare some discussion topics prior to your date. Most of the times, it happens that people do not get prepared for their date, and after a light conversation and dinner, the discussion dries up and both parties keep sitting watching around them. This is not the way. Instead, you should prepare yourself for some discussion and choose some topics in your head to discuss and see the interest of your girl 8 in those topics. This will not only tell you about the interests of your girl, but will also extend your date and will make it more lively and happening. Chapter 5. An overview of the online dating and its pros and cons. Online dating is very popular these days, and in this chapter, I will describe some advantages and disadvantages of this new trend. Less socializing format of online dating. Advantages of online dating. Pros and cons. Technology has made everything easy and more fun and similar, is the case with dating. In the past, people used to spend their night out in search of their date, but these days technology has provided a home solution to this search. You can just turn on your computer, connect to internet, and meet hundreds of people online who are also looking for dates. This process sounds and looks easy, but once you get little deep into this online dating stuff then, you will know that there is nothing easy in this whole process. You have to struggle very hard to find some real dates from online dating websites. This is obvious that you will face lots of scammers on internet because you never know that who is sitting on the other side of the screen. But this does not mean that there are no actual people sitting online. Instead, it is just a hard way to attract those people because of such huge competition. There are some advantages as well as some disadvantages of this online dating trend, which I am going to describe in this chapter for you. Less socializing. Online dating has made people very conservative in their approach, and these days people are afraid to go out to meet someone in person. This trend has led to less socialized culture because people prefer to sit at homes and meet different kinds of people from different places who also share same interests. Format of online dating. If you observe the format of online dating then, you will know that it is very women-friendly, and there is not much in it for men. All the dating websites are designed for women, where men come and interact with women, and there is no website which has the opposite format. This makes it very tough for the men to get the one whom they like. Every woman has thousands of winks, friends requests, and emails, while men are always busy in sending winks and friend requests and seldom have they got any response. This format has discouraged many men from trying online dating. Advantages of online dating. Along with some disadvantages, there are some advantages of online dating as well, and one of the most important is easy access to people. Online dating websites provide you an easy access to hundreds of people, and you can look for the one who shares same interests with you and who has the same attitude and behavior as you have. Online dating also allows many people who have not enough confidence of asking someone out in public to share their feelings with people whom they want to attract. This boosts the confidence of such people and allows them to get a date, which is almost impossible for them in real and social dating. If you are not having any luck from your online dating experience, and even after sending hundreds of tweaks, winks, emails, and messages to different people, you are not getting any response then, maybe it is time for you to analyze your profile and make it more attractive. Few attractive pictures of yours can do the trick, and you can also get suggestions from some of your friends who have got decent-looking profiles and who have met someone through online dating. Chapter 6. Secrets of bad guys getting dates while the smart ones are not. This is a very common concept these days, that cute guys complain that girls always prefer bad boys, and in this chapter, I will explain this reality. Interest, confidence, ruthless, and adventurous nature. Secrets. If you closely observe your surroundings then, you will know that bad boys always end up with most attractive girls in college, and similar stuff is portrayed in movies where the bad boy of college has the hottest girlfriend with him. Is this truth or just in movies? But when you look around then, You will see that a street thug who treats her girlfriend like crap never calls, and rude behaviors always has a fixed fan club where most of his fans are girls. In this nature at work, or is it something which we are missing? We will discuss this ruthless reality in this discussion. There are certain factors which can demonstrate the truth which you cannot see. Interest. Interest is the main attraction point for girls, and they always prefer guys who are interesting enough to entertain them. Bad guys always are more interesting than conservative and sensitive kids. These bad guys have their own code of conduct, and they answer to none, which makes their personality very fascinating for the girls, and they get attracted towards these boys. So you need to make yourself interesting in order to get the interest of girls. Confidence. Confidence is the key in finding a good and decent-looking date, and this is another feature of bad guys. They are confident enough to ask even the hottest girl out whether they look like shit, but they will not think about the response and will ask them out straight away. Girls like this ruthless attitude and confidence. This is not common in people like you and me, because we often think more than 100 times before asking some hot girl out and thin K about out insult and respect. Questions like what if she rejects? What if she slaps? What if she walks away? These questions should always be ignored. And once you start ignoring these questions and ask your dream girl out straight away, believe me, she is not going to bite you, and she will definitely say yes if you are of her taste. Ruthless and adventurous nature. This is another feature which bad guys possess, as they are very ruthless in their approach, and they never think much about their girls. Girls also like this attitude, because there is lots of risk involved of losing those guys. They can walk away at any time without thinking much about the girl's feeling. More the fear of losing those bad guys, more efforts girls put to get them closer. Unlike people like you and me who think thousands of times before saying goodbye to a girl that it will hurt her feelings. And even I have seen boys who will sit through whole night with water pumping through their eyes due to sleep. But they will sit and talk to their girl as long as she wants. All of these things are the factors which make bad boys ideal for dating from girls' point of view. But this does not mean that you should be called Mr. Bad Guy to attract your girl. Instead, just avoid being a lazy punk and be strong, confident, and ruthless like a true man. If you can integrate confidence, strength, and similar other features in your personality, then girls will automatically start to fall for you, and you will not need to send hundreds of anonymous emails or text messages to attract some girl. Instead, try to be little free and allow your emotions to express all of your feelings in a confident way. Wrapping up, from all of the above discussion, you will know that how you can make a girl attracted towards you, and not only you will learn the things to attract a girl instead, you can also keep that girl interested in you. There can be two approaches, and one is to do dating for fun, and one is to do dating for finding your soul mate to spend your rest of the life with. I have tried to cover both of these approaches effectively in this ebook, and once you finish reading it, you will be able to start a new life with lots of idea and good gestures to start dating and looking for your life partner. If you search online, then you will come across hundreds of ebooks which will tell you different ideas for dating. But most of these ebooks are based on the fact of flirting, and they are not for real and serious dating. Flirting is good for fun, but it should be done with only those people who are also interested in dating, because they want to flirt. If you choose a person who is looking for a serious partner and you flirt with her, then you will seriously hurt her feelings, and hurting someone's feelings is not a very good gesture. You should always avoid flirting and look for serious relationships always. From online approach of dating and social approach of dating, I will personally recommend social approach of dating because it is more result-oriented and you can have more chances of success.